Is narcissism a spiritual thing and how it is related to the Bible? Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Daniel, your host on this journey of exploration and self-discovery. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects many lives, narcissism. Get ready to unravel the complexities of this personality trait and gain valuable insights. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to join our community of knowledge seekers. Let's get started. Narcissism is generally understood as a psychological trait characterized by excessive self-centeredness, a lack of empathy for others, and an inflated sense of self-importance. It's primarily discussed within the context of psychology and personality disorders, such as Narcissistic Personality Disorder, (NPD). Spirituality, on the other hand, is a broader concept that encompasses a person's connection to something greater than themselves, often involving a search for meaning, purpose, and a deeper understanding of life. While some spiritual practices might involve self-reflection and self-improvement, narcissism as a psychological trait doesn't align well with the core principles of many spiritual traditions. The term narcissism is derived from the Greek myth of Narcissus, a young man who fell in love with his own reflection and eventually turned into the narcissus flower. This myth doesn't have direct spiritual connotations, but it can be interpreted symbolically as a cautionary tale against excessive self-love and vanity. When it comes to the Bible, there are passages that discuss themes related to humility, compassion, and love for others, which stand in contrast to narcissistic behavior. For example, Philippians 2 verses 3-4, NIV, states, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility value others above yourselves, not looking to your own interests but each of you to the interests of the others." The concept of pride is also addressed in the Bible. While pride itself can have positive connotations in terms of taking pride in one's work or achievements, excessive pride that leads to arrogance and disregard for others is often seen as negative. Proverbs 16 verse 18, NIV, famously states, "Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall." The biblical figure of Jezebel is often associated with traits that resemble narcissism, but it's important to note that the term narcissism as a psychological concept didn't exist during the time the Bible was written. Instead, modern readers and scholars have drawn parallels between Jezebel's behavior and the characteristics of narcissism as described in psychological literature. Jezebel was a queen in the Old Testament, specifically in the books of 1 Kings and 2 Kings. She was the wife of King Ahab of Israel and was known for promoting the worship of the Canaanite god Baal and opposing the worship of the God of Israel. Her actions are depicted in a negative light in the Bible, and she is often considered a symbol of wickedness, idolatry, and manipulation. Some traits and actions of Jezebel that may align with narcissistic behavior include: 1. Sense of entitlement. Jezebel's actions often demonstrated a belief that her desires and wishes should be fulfilled at any cost. One notable example is the story of Naboth's vineyard, 1 Kings 21. When King Ahab expressed a desire for Naboth's vineyard, Jezebel took matters into her own hands and devised a scheme to falsely accuse Naboth, leading to his unjust execution. This act reflects a disregard for the rights and well-being of others in pursuit of personal gain. 2. Lack of empathy. Jezebel's promotion of Baal worship and persecution of the prophets of the God of Israel showcases a lack of empathy for the suffering and beliefs of others. She actively worked to suppress and eliminate those who adhered to different beliefs, showing little concern for their well-being. 3. Manipulation and control. Jezebel was skilled at manipulating situations and people to achieve her own ends. Her involvement in schemes to eliminate opposition and secure her interests, such as the incident with Naboth's vineyard or her support for the prophets of Baal, reflects her willingness to exert control and manipulation to achieve her goals. 4. Intolerance for criticism. Jezebel's actions highlight her intolerance for any form of opposition or criticism. When the prophet Elijah challenged the worship of Baal and demonstrated the power of the God of Israel, Jezebel reacted with anger and threatened his life, 1 Kings 19 verses 1-2. Her inability to accept criticism or differing viewpoints is a characteristic often associated with narcissistic individuals. 5. Vanity and Pride. While the Bible doesn't explicitly mention Jezebel's vanity or pride, her actions suggest a level of arrogance and a desire for personal glorification. Her role in promoting the worship of Baal and positioning herself as a central figure in that worship could be interpreted as a form of seeking admiration and recognition. It's important to note that the depiction of Jezebel in the Bible is a literary portrayal with theological and moral implications, rather than a clinical assessment of her psychological state. The biblical narrative emphasizes her negative actions and their consequences, highlighting her role in promoting idolatry and leading the nation astray. Interpreting historical figures like Jezebel in terms of psychological concepts like narcissism is a modern perspective and should be done with caution, as it involves applying contemporary frameworks to characters from a different cultural and historical context. While there are parallels between her behavior and narcissistic traits, these observations are interpretations and not definitive diagnoses. As we come to the end of another amazing episode, I want to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you for being a part of our incredible community. Remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and found it valuable. Your support means the world to us and helps our channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our exciting content. If you have any suggestions, questions, or topics you'd like to explore next, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep inspiring. This is Daniel, signing off with a big thank you and a promise of more thrilling adventures ahead.